Next up, at UFC Saudi Arabia, we have the featured fight of the evening. We have Kelvin Gastelum taking on Daniel Rodriguez. And this is a very, very good fight. I am looking forward to this fight. I am interested in this fight. And that's because
that guy's got a tattoo backwards on his chest. What idiot.
It's all the weed. It's the weed. Oh, you don't smoke weed like this. You smoke weed like this. I'm not a weed guy.
It's all the weed.
I told you. I smoked one cigarette in my life, and it was the hottest girl in school offered me a cigarette. There you go. The hottest girl in school.
We're talking cigarettes now. Okay.
The hottest girl in school offered me a cigarette, and then I was like, Joey Cool on the wrestling team. I'm the cool man. And I held it like this, and I lit it here, but not in my mouth.
So jerk off.
So it wouldn't. So it wouldn't light. Either way, Kelvin Gastelum taking on Daniel Rodriguez.
I guarantee. We're going to have to start this one over. But
okay.
I'm telling you right now, and you're not going to do it. But if I were you, I would go to the gas station. I'd get you a pack of Camel Crush.
I got to piss. You tell this story.
I'm talking to you, dumbass.
I'm not going to go to the gas station and get a cigarette and kill
I'm saying I know you won't, but if you want to change your fucking life and have the best moment ever, and I'm telling you right now, you won't do it, I would encourage anyone 18 and older to do it at some point in their life. If you're buzzed, especially when you're in Florida with that Florida breeze,
we're going to get shut down for shit like this.
Are you next to the beach? Is that Airbnb next to the beach? Can you go to the beach? Can you walk?
We're in Destin. The beach is right there. You can't see
where I'm
pointing.
Get a pack of Camel fucking Crushes. Get a buzz. Walk to the beach at night. Sit on the fucking shore. Listen to the waves. Light up a Camel Crush. Pop that little fucking cherry. Rip that shit and make it. You're just gonna be fucking in. It's gonna be sublime. It's gonna be pure ecstasy. I promise you that. There's nothing better than a menthol cigarette after fucking 6 or 7 beers, especially with that nice cool breeze coming off. The winds in the back, the waves crashing into the background. It's the most incredible experience you'll ever have in your life. I'm telling you that right now, guys. And Angelo and his prostate is really struggling here tonight. But I'm not a smoker. I don't smoke cigarettes anymore. But I promise you guys, cigarette smoking sometimes is really, really incredible. Really incredible. William, did he already get your super chat? Couple high noons for Angelo with the 10 spot. I assume the $10 are for him to get more high noons, which he definitely doesn't need. But yeah, obviously if you're smoking weed, that's cool too. But weed is a little bit more, weed is, from what I've heard from people, weed is, it's definitely relaxing, whatever. But there's nothing. Guys, I'm telling you, if you've never done it, there's nothing. And I'm not trying to be a big proponent. I'm not being paid by Marlboro here, right? From whatever the main company there is. But there really is nothing. There really is nothing quite like that fucking nicotine hit running through your veins when your fucking hands, feet, arms, and legs go completely numb when you're never really a smoker and you're just sitting there like, whew.
Don't listen to anything that idiot just said. I grew up in a smoking household, and I lost all my grandparents to smoking.
Don't do it, guys, because you might get addicted. There's a reason people get fucking addicted to drugs, alcohol.
The chemicals, you idiot.
There's a reason people get addicted to drugs, alcohol, cigarettes, because it's fucking awesome. Nobody's ever done fucking heroin and been like, that sucked. It's fucking incredible. That's why they keep fucking doing it. People ruin their fucking lives off of drugs because it's fucking incredible. Don't fucking do it, but if you're gonna do it, you might as well just smoke a fucking cigarette.
We have a $10 super chat from William, and he says a couple high noons for Big Ange. I appreciate you. That'll probably get me to that. High noons are quite literally I drink them. Here's my drinking strategy. If I'm going to be drinking an entire day,
Speaking
or for
of addictions, if I'm drinking for an entire day on a Wednesday,
I'm on vacation. For an extended period of time, I will go high noons. But for the same reason I'll drink high noons, I hate them. They are only 4.5% alcohol. This is a beer. But it's real vodka, and so you're not going to get any of the stomach issues, whatever. But they're expensive. And if you're just drinking for a few hours, 4.5 is stupid as shit. Go get yourself a ranch water like a man. Get a real ranch water. But I do love my high noons when I'm drinking all day, and that's what vacation looks like. Thank you for the 10 spot. $1.99 from Dr. Y. Don't let Jacob peer pressure you. I agree. In all seriousness, I grew up in a smoking household. I have lost a lot of family members to lung cancer and emphysema. It is disgusting, Don't do it.
I lost
It's
my
stupid.
grandfather to pancreatic cancer from smoking. It was a horrible situation.
Can you get pancreatic cancer from smoking?
Oh, you can get anything from smoking.
There you go. And Angelo looks like he just got back from a party. Thank you so much.
Not any party.
Life is a party. Thank you so much for that super chat. Let's break this fight down, though. We have Kelvin Gastelum taking on Daniel Rodriguez. This is a very interesting fight. It should be very straightforward. Kelvin Gastelum, a minus 260 favorite. Makes sense to me. That's what he should be. Kelvin Gastelum's a collegiate wrestler. Kelvin Gastelum took Izzy to the edge and back before Izzy lost to Sean Strickland. Kelvin Gastelum's an absolute dog who hits like a freight train, has a head like a cement building, and can wrestle his ass off. He's also a very undedicated waste of talent. He's missed weight multiple times. He's a guy that just sort of shows up not in shape. He's a guy that was fought at middleweight for a giant chunk of his career when he is a welterweight. But this fight is at welterweight. And this is a guy who, if he is training, and if he is in shape, if he is ready to go, and if his head is in it, he can beat anybody on any day and literally be a welterweight world champion. I said in my Quick Picks video that he lost to Sean Brady. He was supposed to be the better grappler. And I used the wrong word. I should have said better wrestler.
Thank
because
you for
he's
the
not.
apology.
I agree. Because he wasn't going to be the better grappler. I didn't mean just straight up jiu-jitsu. What I did mean is wrestling, though. What did surprise me in that fight is that Kelvin Gastelum... Yeah.
Asshole.
What
surprised you, asshole? My fucking lock of the week, because I was like, oh, Kelvin can easily withstand the wrestling, and on the feet, he's 10 times better. We saw Sean Brady get fucking smoked by Bilal Muhammad. I'm like, oh my God, Kelvin's going to fuck this guy up. Lock of the week. Comes in, looks like he's never wrestled a day in his fucking life.
Crazy.
Asshole.
Dude, Kelvin Gastelum was a Division I wrestler, and so when I said he was supposed to be the better grappler, I meant wrestling. He obviously was not going to be the better just jiu-jitsu guy. But to have that high level of a wrestling, to have competed in college, Division I level wrestling, and get taken down by a guy that basically didn't wrestle at any level is crazy. And all that does is remind you that Kelvin Gastelum is a giant waste of talent. But talent is the key word. He is very good. He's taking on Daniel Rodriguez. Daniel Rodriguez, a very good striker. He's a good boxer, clean guy. And if he moves forward, if he's dictating, he can do all the right things. If he's worried about takedowns, he does get sloppy. He gets weird because he doesn't have takedown defense. His grappling defense is not great, so he gets a little weird. He gets exhausted. He wastes too much energy doing that kind of stuff. But Daniel Rodriguez is a very good striker who can dictate a pace, has laser pinpoint accuracy, and is a very good matchup. Problem is, I do think Kelvin can get the takedowns. I think Kelvin can land those big strikes. He can certainly withstand anything that comes his way. And I think Daniel Rodriguez, I could be 100% wrong here. This could be completely wrong. I thought Daniel Rodriguez was like having some issues with the UFC and having some issues with his contract and his match and stuff like that. And if that's the case, he's not a guy that's probably fully committed here. I did see that he lost one of his weed sponsors and it was a huge problem. I don't know what's going on there, but if I'm just looking at raw talent, Kelvin Gastelum should be a minus 1,000 favorite. If I'm looking at the actual fist fight in a cage, Daniel Rodriguez actually shows up and does what he's supposed to do. Kelvin doesn't always. I'm still going to lean Kelvin. I'm going to trust him, but I'm not spending... You can't spend money on this guy. He's proven time and time again that it's absurd. What do you think, Jakey boy?
Yeah, it wasn't just USADA stuff. It was just drug test, I think, is why he wasn't fighting.
Is that what it was?
It was failed at No Shade or whatever, and then... had a plea deal or something in December for 3 months, I think is what the suspension was or whatever. So he'll be back from that, and hopefully it wasn't anything. Obviously, if he's back that soon, I think it was probably just a tainted whatever. It wasn't going out of his way to do anabolic steroids.
Oh, it wasn't weed. It was something else.
TJ
Gotcha.
Dillashaw was like, yeah, let's see.
And Kelvin's a weed guy. Yeah, Kelvin failed for weed when it was actually illegal in the UFC. Now it's not. Now there's levels. And you could smoke. It's legal in a lot of states. But Kelvin legit was failing when you were not allowed to be smoking weed. Who do you think wins this fight, Jacob?
It was 1 year. Tested for Austrian, LGBTQ, LGBT, ligand draw, and a metabite dioxide, something is from last July or whatever. So that's why he's
Jacob,
out.
this is why this channel is so successful. It's that sense of humor. There are people that say, watch the funniest show, and they're not funny. You are funny. And you needed to hear that. You're funny. It's not your fault. Continue.
What the fuck is happening? Dude?
That's from a movie.
Can you go get
Let me know if anybody gets that reference. I am curious. That's Matt Damon. Or that's once I say the actor, you're going to know the movie. It's not your fault. It's not your fault. Crying. Go ahead. My bad. Please go.
She said, I can't take it anymore. Just finish already. Too much abuse. I'm sore. My back hurts. My knees hurt. Oh, my God. My mouth hurts. My jaw hurts.
Okay. A lot of people got it, okay? Grow up.
I've never seen it. Listen, minus 260, and I've said this all week. Minus 250. Fuck, man.
Was that loud? My bad.
I mean, you're just fucking destroying those things.
Dude, I am destroying these things. I'm on vacation. And honestly, it's going to... If this... I thought we'd be done in 90 minutes. It's going to be a problem if we don't rush through these last couple of fights. So let's go ahead and break these down.
It's already a problem, don't you see?
I don't. I have an issue. Yeah.
Anyway, minus 250, minus 260 for a guy like Kelvin Gastelum. At this point, it's like, what are we doing? Like, what are we doing? Let me know in the chat. Let me know in the comments. I could see maybe if you're putting together a parlay. People love parlays. And let me just be clear. Kelvin is my pick. He should win this fight. But I want to know who the fuck is betting Kelvin straight up at minus 250. That's how much better he is than D-Rod? Right? Well, all of a sudden he's gonna start wrestling again? No, probably not. He's probably gonna stand in exchange. And if he brings in the striking from the Chris Curtis fight into this fight, he probably should win the fight. But is he gonna smoke D-Rod like Ian Gary did? No, he's not on a level like Ian Gary. Is he gonna just maul a guy like D-Rod? No, probably not. We've never really seen Kelvin do that. He's probably gonna stand. He's probably gonna strike. There's gonna be some competitive striking because D-Rod is a very good boxer. These odds seem crazy to me. I believe Kelvin should be the favorite. I would price it like minus 125, minus 130, something like that. I think D-Rod could sneak out a round, may even sneak out two. We'll see how it plays out. I mean, at this point, Kelvin Gastelum, in his last fight, it seemed like he just focused solely on making the weight. I gotta make the weight. I made the weight. And guess what? I don't know how to fucking wrestle anymore. He shouldn't have lost that fight versus Sean Brady. He's probably gonna lose this one too. He's gonna be my pick, but I don't know who the fuck is betting Kelvin Gastelum at minus 250 at this point. Some people were like, oh, he's the younger fighter. Dude, Kelvin Gastelum is fucking 55 years old in fight years. That dude's been through some fucking war. He is the oldest 32-year-old I've ever seen him, and not looks-wise, but damage-wise. That dude was at wars early in his fucking career. He is a talented dude. He should win this fight. He is going to be my pick. I'm not fucking betting Kelvin Gastelum, and I might have a little bit of action on my boy D-Rod, former lock of the week. Got him in the background.
If you took Kelvin Gastelum's just raw talent and chin and then just gave it to somebody like a Kamaru Usman, who obviously is also very talented but an insanely hard worker, Kelvin Gastelum would be an all-time great. If he put that effort in from the beginning of his career, he was a waste of talent on The Ultimate Fighter. Like, he's been a waste of talent forever. That's just who he is. But he does have a chin like a brick wall. He does have Division I wrestling that apparently disappeared in his last fight. Those 9 losses, Sean Brady, and this is going to sound insulting, and it's not. Sean, if you're watching this, this is not an insult. I don't mean this, but look at like Kelvin lost to Israel Adesanya, right? And Sean Brady is the worst opponent that Kelvin lost to. Like, that's the level of competition that he fought. He has fought an insanely high level of competition for a very, very, very long time. Kelvin Gastelum is good, but you can't trust him. I agree with Jacob. Minus 260 is nuts. The opening odds made a lot of sense. I would have thrown a money line on him at those opening odds. Absolutely. These current odds, no.
Kelvin against Sean Brady was literally like the Kevin Holland fight when he was getting ragdolled by Thiago in the debut when he's like, Dana, what the fuck? And he's like yelling at Dana because he doesn't know what the fuck to do. He's just getting mauled. That's what Kelvin looked like. He was fucking clueless. It's crazy.
This says Angelo is wasted talent. That's what this says. Wasted talent. Because that is a true statement. Not Kelvin's level of wasted talent, but correct. Wasted talent. $8,900 in DraftKings.
What the fuck does that say? It
says wasted talent in Italian. Talento sprecato. Wasted talent.
Really?
Yeah, because that's what my wrestling coaches told me forever. You fucking lazy bitch. You could beat anybody. You could beat anybody at any time. Jesus, if you put in a little more effort, wasted talent, lazy bitch.
Here comes the vodka drunk. He's going to start crying here in a second. Holy shit, I didn't know that.
Oh, I know what I was. I know what I was.
Fuck, man.
I'll take down anybody, any day, anywhere.
Sorry about
And then
that.
I'll get
Not
tired.
Vince
And
Pichel.
then I'll get tired.
You bitched out him, Vince Pichel.
I didn't Vince. No, we're going to stop that false narrative right now. I DM'd that motherfucker multiple times,
No
didn't respond.
follow-ups.
That's not on me. That's not
no
on me.
follow-ups.
I DM'd twice. That's a follow-up. That's not on me.
Follow-ups.
That's not on me.
Okay, you can send one right now. Hey.
I'm not going to hound the guy.
Okay.
He's in shape. I'm fucking 1, 2. I'm 9, 8 high noons deep.
You understand that if I had the ability to beat the shit out of most people, I would spend every waking moment just beating the shit out of people.
It gets old. I beat your ass, and then I went home and got dinner with my wife and was like, whatever. It's not that exciting of a day, frankly. Kelvin Gastelum, $8,900 in DraftKings. I don't know, man. I don't think it's worth it because you can't count it on the wrestle, and that's how you're going to score the points. He's not going to knock out D-Rod. What he'll probably do is push forward, stay busy. This might look like, I need to go back and see what he scored. This might look like the Chris Curtis fight, right? Like a good back and forth, closer than it should be kind of fight, a war-ish. But Chris Curtis is also better than Daniel Rodriguez, so that's...
Well, Chris Curtis will also kind of just stay in the pocket and just roll with shit, and he just kind of, and D-Rod's going to be more spatial,
sure,
jab out there.
Try to keep that distance.
So that was kind of a fucking terrible comparison.
Yeah, it wasn't great. Kelvin Gastelum, $8,900. Jacob does have a bet on this fight. If you want to check out his bet, go to WeWantPicks.com. Click Become a Member. It's freaking $10. I drank $40 worth of high noons on this stream. It's $10 an entire month. WeWantPicks.com. Click Become a Member at the top.